Hey, it's Steph from Cuddlebuggery, and today I'm gonna do my unpopular opinions tag. And I was tagged in this by Stephanie from No BS Book Reviews about months ago. It was like last year. So I'm finally getting around to filming this and also writing a blog post on it for those who prefer written format. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I've been drinking and still drinking, so should make this a little bit more interesting. Anyway, I have a lot of unpopular opinions and this surprises absolutely no one. So we'll kick this off with the first question. A popular book or series you didn't like. And I would have to say I disliked The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. These books are in a category that I would describe books that my friends love but I don't understand. And then these next books are books that make me weep for humanity, like tears streaming down my face. Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, and Dark Fever by Karen Marie Monin. I don't get it. I mean, they have problematic stuff in them that really bothers me to a point where I just want to throw up. Like abusive love interest, rape culture. They perpetuate rape culture. It's just all around just terrible. Like I don't get it. Then there are the books that throwback series that I read way after they were published that I just found generally horrible. Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, and then The Vampire Diaries by L. James Smith. And they just kind of make me question like what happened, and it just seems like YA has just generally grown up from back then, which is great in a sense, but then when you read like some of the older stuff, you're just wondering, but why though? Then there are hyped books that I didn't like that most of my friends liked that I could see why they liked it, and these are In Burning Ashes by Saba Tahir, Unspoken by Sarah Rees Brennan, and then The Martian by Andy Weir. I get it. I can see the appeal. I get it. But these books, for whatever reason, the writing style just wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. Okay, so I'm gonna be serious. This is my serious face. This is my serious face. A book series that everyone hates that you love. Love is a strong word for me. I don't love many things, so let's keep that in mind when we go through these list of books. Origin by Jessica Corey, Velvet by Temple West, and then The Jewel by Amy Ewing. Now, I wouldn't say I'm absolutely in love with any of these books, but I kind of enjoyed them. I found them entertaining and, you know, didn't find them half bad. A love triangle where the main character ended up with a person you didn't want them to end up with, or an OTP you didn't like. Well, this is pretty easy for me. Mirrodin by Joseph McQueen, the Cricket series by what's her name? Amy Bartle. Sorry. Woo. Let's take a drink. Goodbye, Dignity. May you rest in peace. The 100 by Cass Morgan. And when I say that there's a ship in there I don't like, don't hate me for this, but I am not a Bellamy Clark shipper. Originally I was like Finn Clark, and I was like way on that train, and then Finn went and did some things, and then I'm like no, so now I'm just like stranded out in the middle of the ocean with no ship. Okay, it's horrible. The Hunger Games by Susan Collins, and let me just say I don't like PETA. I'm sorry, I've never liked The Boy with the Bread. I mean, he eventually grew on me as the series went along, but originally my ship was Gale and Katniss. All right, I don't even know how you would put their names together right now because I'm drinking way too much, but yeah, those two, I want them to like roll around in the field and have babies and whatnot, and Gale's just so pretty, you know? Why? We could have made this work. We gotta make this work. A popular book genre you rarely reach for. Contemporary. I don't have any feelings. I'm like a freaking robot. So when books try to make me feel things like compassion and love, and I'm just like, what are these emotions? Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy some romance, you know, I enjoy some good steamy scenes, but all of those other ones, no. Paranormal romance is another one that really doesn't work for me. I will reach for paranormal romance more than contemporary, but only because it entertains me a lot more than contemporary. Contemporary just puts me to sleep. Paranormal romance I don't actually like because they have too many tropes that I hate, but it's kind of like so entertaining. A popular beloved character that you didn't like. Triss from Divergent. I don't like that chick. She could die in a fire. Oh god, irony. Baron's from Fever because he's just an abusive a-hole. That's basically what he is. And he's described as being an alpha male, and he's not. He's abusive. Let's call it what it is, guys. A popular author you can't seem to get into. Rainbow Rowell. As much as I've tried, and believe me, I've tried. I've read all of her books except for the newest one, Simon and Baz, and I just don't think I like her writing style. And I figured it out recently. It's because Rainbow Rowell writes characters and she doesn't write plot. Like, she can't plot her way out of a brown paper bag. It's really sad. So because there's just like virtually nothing going on, she just has these characters, and while her characters are very well developed, they aren't necessarily doing anything. That burp just did more than her characters do, okay? So me and Rainbow Rowell don't get along. She writes well, I guess, but it's just not for me, yeah? It's just not. Cassandra Clare. I don't like her writing at all. That's basically it. I mean, I have read a few of her books. I think I've read 7 of her books. I've read 7 Cassandra Clare books. It's really bad, and I don't really like them. I don't know how I've managed to get through 7 of them, but I won't be returning, that's for sure. A popular trope you're tired of seeing. I mean, any trope really at this point. I mean, if you see them often enough, you get tired of them because it just becomes repetitive. But I guess alpha males, I'm done with them because I'm done with me big man. You puny woman. You know, like, it does nothing for me. And that's kind of, I feel like some authors kind of take it extreme. Like, I'm sure there are probably books out there that are just the alpha male trope better, and maybe I should go looking for them, but I don't care enough to do that. The ones that I have seen kind of turn me off. They use it as an excuse to push around the main character, and I'm just not for that. Not here for it at all. Love triangles. Sometimes I like them, but most times I don't, because they usually turn the main character, who's the woman, into a bit of a bimbo, and she's just all for one guy or the other guy, and then it becomes a pissing contest where, like, my dick's bigger than yours, and I'm just not here for that either. A popular series you have no interest in reading. This is really difficult because there's not really a series I'm not interested in reading. I try to follow the whole mantra of I won't knock it until I try it, and it's generally how I like to roll. Even if I think I'm going to really hate it, I'll try it because, you know, maybe it's going to change my mind. So this instead should probably be tailored towards me, which is a popular series you have no intention of returning to. In which case, Cassandra Clare aside, I'd go with The Giver. This is maybe shocking, but I read the first one right before the movie came out. I was really late to the game. I didn't read it when I was in elementary school or growing up, and I didn't see what all the fuss was about. I mean, it's very simple, very basic dystopian. I appreciate it for what it is, but it really didn't do anything for me. The Elemental trilogy. I mentioned this before. That first book was bad, and I will never return back to that series, and I will drink to that. The Selection by Kira Cass. Well, I read the first one like the others, and not the best, really juvenile writing. And I get it for like maybe if it's someone who's just getting into YA, who may be a younger teen, maybe it's good for them. But it didn't do anything for me, so I'm just gonna bow out, you know. Fallen by Lauren Kate. Whew. 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 That one was painful. It was hard. I listened to the audio and then I hated myself afterwards. So yeah, I don't need to hate myself, so I need to stop. The saying goes, a book is always better than the movie, but what movie show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? This is easy, the 100. I didn't really actually start reading the book, but I've heard enough about the book that makes me question why the book was even written into existence when the movie is so much better, or the show. In this case, it's so much better. And even the show, didn't like it at first, but it slowly started to grow on me as it went along. So that's one. Then there's Divergent, because Divergent was an okay book. The first one was pretty good. Second one was terrible. The third one I thought was okay, only because I sadistically enjoyed the ending. Okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Those are my choices, and those are my unpopular opinions, and I honestly think they're not that unpopular because I think I'm right in everything and everyone else is incorrect. You guys are the unpopular opinion. My opinion is right and very popular with me. This bottle thinks so. This empty bottle thinks so. I'm just gonna go get another one and go lay down. Okay? Alright, bye. My husband says I am in Wonderland. I don't know what that means. What does it mean? I am not drunk. I resent that, sir.
You resent being drunk?
I resent that you have said that I am drunk. I am not. I am totally sober. The world just is spinning a little. I'm not though. I'm good. You know. I am not a dragon. I am a magical unicorn. And I poop rainbows and burp butterflies. Duh.